Episode 4 of my 10-part series on bid myths and misconceptions. So this episode, we are talking about this phrase of we've always done it this way. So my takeaway for that would be, but have you always won? The problem is that every bid and proposal is totally different. It can go from being a few questions to being full length, project documentation that can last, 6 to 18 months. Sometimes depends on the level of scope you've got, the level of work you're doing. For example, I've always worked in big infrastructure, so often I am looking at a 12 to 18 months timeline from initial questions to RFP being issued. And that is just the way that kind of work tends to work. When you are rigid in your approach, you will not win work. If you are treating everything the same as the last one, if you're treating it like a copy and paste document, like a bunch of questions that you got to answer, where it's just given no attention in your business and it's not prioritized at the highest level, you are most likely not going to win any work. What needs to happen in most organizations is leadership need to be involved. It needs to be at the top of that tree, because if it's worth hundreds of thousands, tens of millions, it needs effort and work being put into it. So once you've got an organization where they're not client-centric, they've not thought about the customer, they've not researched the customer, they know nothing about them, and you cannot develop that into a strategy or into bid win themes at all, because it's just not going to work for you. So my scope would always be to take a step back and start at that point. But when people are coming out with phrases like this, in terms of this being a myth, we always do it this way. We just copy and paste off that document and take a bit off this one and a bit off this one. Very rarely going to work out for you, because all those documents are different. And I've been in meetings where people have done that and they've forgotten to take away another customer's name. And when it's been a massive contract, and this one was for about 12 million, it didn't go down so well, let's put it that way. So think about how you're propositioning, think about what you're doing. If you're not winning work, there's a reason for that. And it's not that it's fixed. It's not that somebody else is always winning. It's the fact that other people are putting the effort in and doing the due diligence beforehand. You cannot possibly put enough work into a major bid or proposal opportunity if you're cobbling something together in the last 2 to 3 weeks. The real work starts months in advance, even years in advance. So that is probably the best thing I would say. If you're in that situation, do think about it, and do think about maybe what's going wrong for you.